Hey guys, welcome back to the Fanspire. I'm Priyanka, and we are back today to discuss about the World Cup. Of course, we've seen a lot of drama, a lot of upsets happening, and of course, before we head into the next match at 8:30, we are here to discuss it. So, hi guys, welcome back. Really glad to have you all here. Of course, familiar faces with the Fanspire, and of course, we also have Prasanna. Welcome, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hi. So, of course, we've been following the World Cup. Our WhatsApp group has been going crazy also every time something happens. So, first up, I'd like to know from all of y'all what is the most shocking thing, good and bad, like positive and negative, maybe like a exit or some team qualifying. Advit, go first.
I mean, I don't think it's a shock to me, but like it was a shock to a lot of people that Germany went out. But like in the context of if they would have qualified, they would have created a trouble in their side on their own half. And I think it has opened up the World Cup beautifully, and it definitely is a big shock. And I think although on paper again, all these, I was looking through my fantasy team and I was like, oh, this seems like a very straightforward tie, like the Netherlands win, England win, but I don't think that's going to be the case. And for me, I think one of the loveliest moments was the entire saga that happened with Spain and Germany almost out for like 4 minutes or so. And then, Costa Rica had the upper hand and they couldn't go through. But even yesterday, I think if Cameroon would have scored, or like say Switzerland would have scored one more, Brazil would have come second in the group. So crazy things are happening. But I think the outrightly most crazy for the footballing world was definitely Germany not making it through. So yeah.
Perfect. Chinmay, your two things that shocked you basically.
Well, I think number one, Saudi's performance after they defeated Argentina was very shocking. They celebrated like they won the World Cup and the Rolls Royce and everything. So I think that was a big shocker. If you normally go on and surprise someone like that, I think it would be a very special moment for you. You would go on and build on it. But the point, you got the Rolls Royce done. Everything's done. But it was very shocking after the two games they played. And I think one good thing has been the fact that nobody's won all three games. I think that really opens up. There's so many opportunities for the teams coming up in the upcoming round. And as Advait said, it's very it's the World Cup is very open, to be honest.
Yeah. Prasanna.
Sorry. I was more shocked at Qatar's performance, to be fair. As the host team, I thought they would actually give more compared to the others. So it's like, and to be honest, they were the team that they would have got accustomed to the temperatures more than any other team. So the way they performed was very shocking. I mean, only one goal scored in 3 games, not really playing great, and that performance really shocked me, to be fair. I mean, them coming last, many people were like, okay, you expected them to come last, but the way they performed, like, it was like, we'll just sit back and hope that something happens. You're on mute.
Yeah, they group. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Priyanka, for having me. Chin, my first question for you, man. Where is Saudi? Where
Where
is
is
Saudi?
Saudi? Where
Where
is
is
Saudi?
Saudi? Where is
Where is
Saudi?
Saudi? Exactly.
All in
They're
their
all
Rolls Royce.
yeah, they're all asking for the Rolls Royce now. I don't know
Yeah.
the amount of memes that came in. Where is Saudi? Where is Saudi? I don't know where they are.
So yeah, I mean, Chinmay, what you said about England. I mean, I know that you support the Three Lions very avidly, but you know what you said about the three teams. No team having won all three games, right? I was looking at it, and England is probably the closest to the best performer because of two wins and one draw. All the favorites, including France, Spain, and Brazil, and Argentina, have lost at least a game. So I think England's performance is something that positively surprised me. I was not expecting them to do it so well. And also, I was positively surprised by obviously the Asian teams like South Korea and Japan. Amazing grit, almost like anime stuff going on with Japan's performance. And also the African teams. I mean, I didn't even know about Abu Bakar. I mean, he's playing like he's freaking Pele. Like, so these African and Asian teams, I tell you, I mean, they can be a dark horse for anyone. And last bit, the bad performance of Denmark. I mean, really, people expected so much out of that team, the way they qualified, the way they played in the Euros, and to see them get knocked out of the competition in this manner. And you can include Belgium also in that category.
Agreed.
Yep. And also we have Siboni joining us. Hi and welcome back. Glad to have you here. So yeah, let's
Hello.
quickly get your views, your top two things that shocked you so far.
I think the two teams that really shocked me was Australia and Denmark. Uh, I really assumed ki, these two teams would switch, like they'd end up in the group with different positions. Like I thought Denmark would qualify, but looking at the games, they were so boring to watch, in my opinion. Like they wouldn't score and they wouldn't let the other team score as well. And I think none of us saw Australia to qualify. Like they might have maybe like pushing it or just getting it like that with 3 or 4 points, but no one saw them coming second with 6 points. And yeah, like second team, I think Japan. I think everyone slept on Japan. No one really considered them, and I think they're the team to watch.
Yep. Okay, that was quite interesting. Of course, you all covered majority of the things that left us like, what is going on? But now let's come to the teams that you guys are supporting for this World Cup. Of course, I think everyone knows that Chinmay is supporting England. So let's start with Chinmay. How's it been for you
It's
supporting
it's it's
England and singing it's coming home?
Well, I don't know if it comes home, but honestly, as Deepak also said, we've had a pretty good performance. But I think I'm actually not happy with it because it kind of gives an advantage to the other teams, that they've at least, faced a setback this tournament. They know how to come out of it. The fact with England is, I've said this about England, I might even say this about Portugal, to be honest. If these two teams go behind 1-0, say in the 10th or 15th minute, I really don't know how they're going to come back because till minute 60, they're all, both the teams are asleep. They don't know what to do. And I think with England, the thing is, there are so many informed players now. I know Sterling is a fan favorite for Gareth Southgate. I don't know what Sterling has on Southgate, but I finally think, although I'm a big Sterling lover, I feel it's time for someone like Rashford to step up. He is England's top scorer this World Cup, so I feel he has to start. How do you drop Foden? Grealish is there. You've taken someone like a Callum Wilson who's been a good impact player. So I feel stuff like that, it really brings it out. For England against Senegal is going to be a battle. If Mane was there, I was going to be scared. But the fact that Mane isn't there, they're performing that well, scares me even more. And if there's one bottler or choker team in apart from Belgium, I don't even count Belgium now. But if there is a choker, left, it's England. So I really hope Southgate does not go on and screw this up.
Right. So, Advait, who are you supporting this World Cup?
Sorry, I
One
was on
second.
mute. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
on mute. No, no, it's amazing how you just said Belgium, and if you look behind Chinmay, you have black, yellow, and red right behind you. It's amazing. I don't know how I just suddenly spotted it, but yeah. Oh, I'm a Brazil fan. I'm a Brazil fan, and like my dad literally messaged me yesterday. He's like, so disappointed at the way we played yesterday. But I think when I see the England team, full of riches, as he was explaining, Chinmay, I feel the same about Brazil. There's a lot of talent, of course. I mean, in the forward line. So when in a tough position, they can bail you out. And I think Brazil has not shown their 100% in any of the games. Even the first game, I wasn't too convinced. I mean, it was Richarlison madness which secured the win. But I was low key hoping that yesterday somehow Switzerland scored, and because I'm going for the Portugal game versus Switzerland, and I was low key hoping that I get to see Portugal Brazil, but that won't be possible. But yeah, like I mean, I widely always have supported Brazil. I am hoping it's going to be a very difficult match if Brazil faces Argentina if they go ahead and face in the semis. On the other half, I mean, I do support England. I mean, there's always going to be a soft corner. Can never, ever, ever deny that. I mean, I don't know if I'll be sad if they're out, or I'll be happy, if they're out. But it matters to all of us. Like it revolves around England, so it's important to also support the team. And uh, but I'm not scared. I mean, I'm not scared about the chances of both these teams. I think there is a lot on paper, and to look to like even win in the 120 minutes. I don't want any of these games to go to penalties. But if a big game comes in, like say Brazil probably eventually would face like like in like would face Argentina if that's the case, and England would have to face France immediately. I don't know how that game will happen. I don't fancy England's chances. Actually, no one did. None of the pundits did. Uh, and they all have said that England will bow out there. And I think I want England to win the next match and surprise us all. And if they go through France, and I think then that's a real possibility to win the World Cup. So
Right.
yeah, that's my thought.
Any other Brazil supporters? Anyone supporting Brazil? Okay, no. All right, then let's go to Devrup. Obviously, you're sporting the jersey. Love to see it. Go ahead. Tell us how you're feeling about the performance so far.
Yeah, of course, it started as a very big shock for us to experience that with Saudi Arabia, but I think it was a blessing in disguise at the end of it, because the way that the team has bounced back, not completely reliant on a certain Lionel Messi, and playing by itself with young players, inexperienced squad, with respect to a World Cup, I'm mightily impressed. And this is the team that had that 35 match unbeaten run going into the World Cup. This is the team that won Copa America, and was and is still one of the contenders for the World Cup. So definitely, I would want that exciting matchup with Brazil in the semifinals, and I still back this team to go ahead for the World Cup unless some injuries threaten us. I truly believe that Lionel Scaloni is the right kind of manager for this job with this kind of a young squad, and you always have Messi to turn around the game like he did against Mexico. But even without him, I'm fairly confident in this squad. They are not your Marcus Rashfords and the Griezmanns of the world. They are not star-studded, well-known players to the football fraternity. Uh, they neither are they the skillful players in Rafinha and Anthony, but they are there and they are going to give it their all. So let's hope for the best for Argentina.
Right. Advit, you have a question for Devrup. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm hearing that Di Maria is out. So what do you think will be the lineup now?
So I think what he's going to do is that he's going to play up top two with your Martinez and Leo at the top, and probably he's going to shift Julian Alvarez to a number 10 role. He also has Nico Gonzalez to play as a winger, so that's an option available. Sometimes he's even used Acuna as up the top on the left, not just as a left back but as a left wing back. So I think that'll be there. But yeah, Di Maria, obviously, we know what kind of impact he can create for the team, even though he may not have the legs like he did probably in the 2014 World Cup. He's always bringing that skill on the right hand side for the team. Yeah, but I think that with a team like Australia, it's okay. We can still manage.
Why no Dybala? I really want to know. I mean, I feel for Dybala. Why no Dybala?
I think it's one of those classic situations, that it's the manager's trust. He may be a top-notch player, just like you have a lot of good quality players even in the England squad. But some managers have that trust over some players a little more than the others. So I think, and plus his performances, he may be a top quality player, but his performances at club level for Roma haven't been stellar. Whereas even for someone like Julian Alvarez, with the limited chances that he's got at Man City, he's delivered, and he's delivering at the World Cup as well. So I think that's the reason why his role is limited to that of a substitute. But of course, there are a lot of people among the Argentina fan fraternity who want to see him because he can bring that additional something to the table.
Okay. So let's come to Siboni. Of course, I think someone was remarking about the hair. Like, quick question: when and why,
Come
or we just
again?
yeah. So I think Advit and people were like, once you came onto the show, like we missed the hair, which you sported last time you were on the show. But yes, coming back to talking about football, which team are you supporting?
I've been a Portugal fan all my life, so yeah, I'm a big fan, obviously, and I'm happy what I've been seeing as of now. Obviously, a big bummer that Nuno Mendes is injured because he brings that pace and the flair on the left side. Obviously, I trust Rafael Guerrero also, who's been putting great shifts since like 2016 in the Euros and the World Cups, and like we've seen his performances. Fairly confident, like we can still go through and I think we can put up a good fight against Switzerland. I think we can pull off an easy clean sheet as well because we've seen how dodgy their defense is, and attacking wise, considering like the last game they did score thrice, but then we can easily nullify their attack. Shakiri, Seferovic, not as good as before. So yeah, I think like obviously I want to say we can win the World Cup, but I still feel like semi-final is something that we can make it, and if we go past that, then never know.
Right. Prasanna, coming to you. Who are you rooting for?
The three Lions.
Okay.
Ideally, I should be supporting the US men's national team, given I am here, but I followed England since 2010, so I'm just going along that route. And of course, the US played today against the Netherlands. They are playing next. Um, so, so England so far, I mean, they've been good in patches. I think England were poor against USA. I think US should have won. They were really the better team. They should have scored at least one or two. Pulisic hit the post, and they missed one or two chances as well. England did nothing. It's like we saw the game against Iran and we were like, okay, we have changed a bit. And then against USA, we see the same old Southgate ball. And again, even against Wales, it was probably the same before second half. Rashford brilliance, and was just 2 goals in 2 minutes that did the job. But this is where the going gets tough because after this, what is Southgate ball? Good question. Um, some questions have no answers.
Right. And if by the look of Chinmay, I think we can just like
Yeah.
we'll leave it for England to perform. We won't ask
Yeah,
you
so
Indian
we
fans so
England
many
plays
questions.
Senegal tomorrow, which is obviously going to be a tough game. Even though, as Chinmay said, even though they have Mane, they are still doing well, which says something. And after that, we could face, I think it's France or Argentina. I think it's
Argentina is in the Brazil. We'll play France. We'll
oh,
play.
okay.
We'll knock out France.
Yeah,
Yeah.
France, Poland side. Yeah, England,
Yeah.
France, Poland. Yeah.
We'll take care of Mbappe, and then we'll
We
take
should
care
do
of.
we should do some knockout stage predictions all the way to the final now.
We should totally.
yeah, and Japan, actually, someone said here it's a shock. For me, it's not. They in 91, when they were at their lowest point, they put a 100-year plan to win the World Cup in 2092, and we are seeing the results slowly come to fruition. I mean, they beat Germany and Spain, and those two results, they were not flukes. Let's be honest. They deserve those wins. And even last World Cup, they only lost in the last minute to Belgium.
Yeah,
When
but
Lukaku did something good.
nobody would have thought that they would actually beat the likes of Germany and Spain. That's
Yeah,
why.
and he almost beat Belgium in the last World Cup when they were doing well.
Correct.
When Lukaku actually did something good. So
I
yeah,
doubt
and
he
even
scored or did anything that much.
He can punch very well.
yeah,
Even
and they actually
Cavani,
get 2-0 up
Cavani
and they
can
were
put
playing
some.
very well, and they only lost to 3-2, and they think it's like 4 or 5 times in the last 20 years they've gone to the round of 16. So that shows their progress. That and
Right.
again, like Saudi, after their first game, I think the government holiday and the Rolls Royce just flattered all of them. Probably they should be given a bigger stake, like in Lagan. Teen Lagan. What do they? I'm not fluent in Hindi, so if someone can add to what I'm about to say, you know what I'm about to say. So probably should have increased the stakes and then.
तीन गुना लगान.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe maybe a coil factory or something. Something they should have increased the stake sales. Maybe they would have done it. And Spain yesterday was shocking. This you thought that with the talent they have, they would actually perform away. They would actually perform a lot better. And even before we go to all of that, we see the news of Pele, who has been moved to end of life care support, and we hope that he comes back. I hope he gets a speedy recovery and he recovers well.
Right. Yep. Prayers for Pele, if you'll have been following the news. But coming back to the World Cup, of course there've been like controversies, and of course one of it was like the Japan and VAR over there. So I mean, if anyone has any comments about it, please do put it in the comments box, and we'll take a look and we'll talk about it in the comments. But I think now it's time to talk about what are we expecting from the next few matches. Of course, very very exciting clashes happening. So quickly, let's get that from you. What are you all looking forward to? Which particular clash? And of course, yes, we'll be doing more shows about the knockouts later and things like that once the rounds progress. But yeah, let's go with Chinmay. Which clash are you looking forward to?
I think
Apart from, okay, let's do it. Which clash are you looking forward to
I
apart from like,
predicted. I think out of
yeah,
all the big teams, I feel I might be proved wrong after an hour, but I feel USA can actually knock Netherlands out if they play the kind of football I saw against England. Netherlands are a good team. Netherlands have a good defense, but then they're not the world's best defense. Let's admit that. And Van Dijk hasn't been Priyanka. You know better than the rest. Van Dijk hasn't been the same after his injury, and I really feel that is one result. And I feel Morocco against Spain. I don't know why. I just feel if they shithouse their way, the way Russia did against Spain in 2018, why not? Get to penalties, get to extra time, score one goal, park the bus. And for the same, I feel Portugal. Portugal, I love. We all know who I love, and they can easily go through. But why not? You can't put it past the Switzerland team to go ahead and knock them out. Um, Not a classic two big teams coming up against each other in this draw. I felt it could have happened, it would have happened. Not that happening, and that is why it also feels that upsets. Do you really call it an upset now because they're in the round of 16? I don't know if I would call it an upset, but there is something I would just not like to see. Teams like Australia, um, who are playing Argentina today, I feel there are one or two teams who are just happy to play the match. They're happy that we're here, and I want them to focus on the game more than the fact. I saw the celebrations in Australia, because they've been doing the rounds the same way the Saudi people celebrated when they beat Argentina. Teams are happy to be here. I feel you should probably focus on the game. Something Germany should probably take a leaf out of, and probably play football on the game rather than focusing on what has happened already. So I think Argentina will go through pretty easily tonight, but let's see. Quite a few interesting games. I think a good round of football till the next weekend.
right. Uh, Chelsea fans, I don't know if you all would want to read this stat, but just putting it up here.
Not just Chelsea. He's played for the world. He's like a mercenary now. He's played for the world. Every club can relate with him. Inter, United, Everton.
Oh, what a stat! This is the stat. My God.
Belgium taken the flight back. I'm not sure if he missed the
Oh,
flight as well.
that as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
he might have missed that as well. So yeah,
Right.
and Chinmay said Netherlands, USA, of course. USA, a striker is starting, Jesus Ferreira. He's from FC Dallas, from where I am. I've seen him. He's our top scorer for this season. And this is actually his first start. He's not played a single minute in these 3 games. This is the first time he's starting. There's a huge call. Obviously, Pulisic is starting, which is a huge advantage. Obviously, he's been doing well. He's been doing extremely well. Nice to see him playing in his position rather than left wing back. Chelsea. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it won't be an easy. I think it'll go to. I think Netherlands USA could go to extra time, but I somehow think Netherlands will just somehow nick it because the quality is sometimes quality does speak, and I feel today quality will speak in extra time.
Right. Coming to you, Advit, apart from the team you're supporting, which clash are you looking forward to?
The one I'm definitely watching. Even if I wasn't watching, I think Portugal Switzerland is a very tight game. Just because it's not, I don't think it's it was amazing to see the first match that Bruno had to do so much, and with like of course Ronaldo does well in the big games, but then he has still currently limited powers, and I think it's a good clash to see, like and I won't be surprised at all if Switzerland goes through in that clash. I don't think it'll be easy. And the second one actually is very. I'm like it's a France versus Poland game. I'm not saying that Poland is in the peak of their powers, but then they aren't a bad side at all. And France has even last time also. I think France Switzerland. If I was not wrong, when Switzerland knocked France out very late, and I think nobody expected that. And even this time, I think it's a game that uh, can spring a surprise. And the third one, which will be a treat to the neutrals for fun, will be Japan and Croatia. I mean, great for the Asians if Japan can make it past even Croatia, which is again possible. But I mean, if you look at the Japan game very closely, they are such a. I won't even say counter-attacking because they keep such low possession. But this never die attitude is like it's pretty crazy, and that's what makes them win. So I think there are three games I'm looking forward to definitely. Not too keen on like the today's matches. I think it should be straightforward. Even I actually think Netherlands will be very straightforward because they're not that leaky in defense. But I think the goal will come a little late, is what I feel. So that till that time, I think tensions will definitely keep going up and up. But this, and I don't know if I'm just not leaving anything for the others. I think people are also saying a lot about Morocco. So if anybody wants to speak about them, I will let them. But that game also, not bad on paper at all. So yeah.
Yeah. Anyone, looking forward to watching
I
Morocco?
had actually put Morocco versus Spain in the poll that the Fanspire team had put up because
Yep.
it's looks like such a straightforward tie from a Spain perspective, but look at the way that they played in the group stage. I mean, I don't know what has happened to Hakim Ziyech, but my God, what a player for Morocco, and that can be a major upset. Even though Spain is the team that I support after Argentina, if anyone were to ask me, but it's definitely a tie that even a neutral will enjoy like thoroughly. And I think apart from that, I'd also like to draw the attention towards England and Senegal. I mean, two really good teams, two really good squads. England obviously having the upper edge in on paper, but Senegal again can without Mane, the play that they've been displaying at the World Cup, it's really something else. And I think that their coach is key towards making strategic decisions during the game that can turn the game around. I think I'm really impressed by their coach. So England versus Senegal, definitely one to watch out for.
Right. And finally, coming to you, Suboni.
Well, I have two games on my cards: Japan, Croatia, and Brazil, South Korea. Brazil, South Korea, mostly because I feel both of them, they have like absolute engines in their team. We are still yet to see, the Brazil's attack, like how the world hyped their attack to be,
One big
with
news nobody has mentioned yet is Jesus is injured. Jesus has officially been ruled out of the tournament. Jesus and Alex
the.
Telles. So that basically means Richarlison's backup is now I what Martinelli
Paqueta,
plays top or
Paqueta,
Paqueta.
Paqueta.
So that is one big news. I always thought Jesus would be a threat off the bench, but
And
now
now people will be telling, okay, why is Firmino not included?
I think Jesus and Firmino are like pretty similar, so I think we can understand the choice. But now, like, can't say you can't predict who will get injured or no. But again, like, I'm expecting a good game. We've seen how South Koreans also, like, the never the players, the never-ending energy and how they push Portugal till the end last night, and hoping for a good game. And Japan Croatia, I'm rooting for Japan, because I'm expecting this game to go till extra time. And if you remember in the Euros, the Croatians, they ran out of steam against Spain, if I'm correct. And I think that is where Japan will take the edge and push in or nick in a couple of goals or something. So yeah, like if the game has to end in 90 minutes, I guess Croatia, with all the European pedigree and with the big names and the experience, they can push it. But if they cannot do it in the first 90, I think it'll be Japan who will nick it in the extra time.
Right. I think we've covered a lot of the teams, and you guys have given like really good points. And
USA just had a shot save, by the way. Just had a shot saved in the first minute of the game. Pulisic was onside and just, one on one. And I don't know why he didn't place it better, but he just had a shot save. So it's been the first 2 minutes have been USA attacking. Netherlands can't get hold of the ball. So
Next time, Chinmay is commentating on the game.
so
yeah, I mean, we could do a watch along. I think it's time up for everyone to go and just watch the game.
I just had one question. I had one question, one final question. Simone, you said about Guerrero. Why do you not probably prefer, just a question, not my United bias talking, but Cancelo on the
Dallo?
left, Dallo on the right? Yeah, I mean, why don't
No.
you? Because Pep has played with Cancelo on the left, and Dallo has been in form. So
Again, I don't rate Dallo that much, and like he's good, but then like I'm not putting him on the left because I've seen
Dallo on the
how.
right, Dallo on the right, Cancelo on the left.
No, if I'm not, if I was Fernando Santos, I'm still not doing that because I'm happy with the way Cancelo is playing on the right, and I'd keep him there. And Guerrero is pretty stable on the left, and I don't think so. I'm going to change that or going to experiment in the these crucial games.
I think Guerrero is more of a left back than Cancelo is of a left back.
Exactly,
think-
yeah. So when we have a proper player in that position who's fit and who's reliable,
So then
I don't see
Cancelo
the
takes
need.
You're not
Cancelo
really
takes
doing.
the preference over Dalot.
I've been watching Portugal games. No, I'm not taking any shots, but you're not really doing a lot of attacking with the wing backs. That is the only reason I mentioned. And Dallo did get an assist last night. So
He also struggled when I guess the when Son ran against him.
yeah, when Son ran,
So
yeah,
yeah.
well, okay.
That
So yeah,
assist, that assist was crazy. Last minute of the game.
That, yeah, he nutmegged Dallo. He nutmegged Dallo, and what an assist! I thought that moment I thought Son is not going to pass. He's going to go for a shot. But to think of that in the last second of the game, beautiful.
As Saboni said, like never-ending stamina, never-ending energy, basically.
yeah. And their composure is intact for the entire 90 minutes. They wouldn't go for a an air shot or something like that. So pretty good there.
yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming on. We'll do this sometime soon with, of course, a lot to talk about the World Cup as usual. Thank you so much for coming on, Chinmay, Debrook, Advait, Boni, and of course, Prasanna. We'll see you soon. Good night. And of course, don't forget to share, subscribe, and comment. And, the subscriptions do help us. So do go and subscribe right now. Thanks a lot, guys. See you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.